Hello, Success followers. This is Madison here, the multimedia content producer at Success. And today we are going live with Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. I am so excited. She is a psychology expert. She is a life coach, an award-winning author, and so much more. And she is a new contributor here at Success, and we are so excited to have her join the Success family. We'll have a lot of content coming from her, like videos and blogs in the future, and I'm very excited for you to get to see everything that she has to offer in her teachings. So today, I am looking, Cheyenne, if you're here, let me know so I can add you to the live. All right, everybody, hold tight. I am waiting for her. There we go. And she is being added. Cheyenne!
Hi! Happy Thursday!
Happy Thursday. How are you?
I am doing amazing, absolutely amazing. I got my morning lemon hot alkaline water in. I got a cool little couple miles of a run, and then here I am. So I mean, I can't complain, right?
Yeah, well, we're so excited. Oh, sorry, I'm turning my volume up. We're so excited to have you here and introduce you to everybody at Success. I read your story and heard about you a few months ago, and I just knew I had to reach out. So I'm, really excited for everybody to get to learn everything that you have to teach. And I just wanted to take today to informally introduce you to our audience. So I know that you're a psychology expert, and I was reading that you found your passion for psychology when you were in your master's degree. And I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about that and how that guided you to becoming a life coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I just came to a space where I was fed up with trying to figure out with what was going on with myself, right? And I was in my master's program, I guess right at my mid-20s, and I just realized that I had a lot of pain pockets. And I had a lot of healing that I had to do within myself. And so as I took on my own healing journey, I just came to a place within my healing journey where I got to a place what I call God's peace. And prior to that, I have a saying, hurt people, and heal people, heal people. And I was unintentionally hurting people. For the most part, the people that I was in a relationship with, and I couldn't see it in that moment. And once I went through my healing journey and I was able to get in contact with my pain pockets, and I was able to really heal the stuff, my stuff that I was self-projecting onto others, I looked back in retrospect and I'm going, wow, because the thing is, we produce who we are. And whatever we got going on in here is what we're going to produce in our external world. And so I always say, you want to know who someone is that you're either newly dating or, you're contemplating on if he or she is the one or whatever that looks like. All you have to do is pay close attention to their environment, to their friends, to what they produce in their world, because that is a direct reflection of who they are internally. Now, does that mean that that's who they will be forever? Of course not. We're not talking about judging them, right? You still want to have compassion, all that good stuff, but you still want to measure. This is who this person's producing, and this is who they are. And so once I realized, okay, I'm producing who I am, that gave me this really strong, like I call it a magic wand, but it's really empowerment of understanding how I create my circumstance and understanding that I do produce that at which I want by producing it in myself first. And so the work began. I started to produce these things in me that I wanted to be able to experience in my world. And then I also came to a really amazing free liberation space, which is still God's peace, where I said, you know what? Words don't teach, experience does. Let me say it again for everyone on this live. Words don't teach, experience does. And I say that to say I had to understand that my experiences were created by me, obviously, because I'm producing them based on who I am. 1, 2, they're meant for me to get a full experience, reach the full potential of that experience. It's not about the win or the loss. It's not about me dominating you or me being superior or inferior to you. It's about how can I create the best experience for myself That in turn creates the best experience for you. And then we have a win-win situation experience. And then when you are in the win-win, I call it you are in your vortex, or you are plugged into source. And when you're plugged into source, you're open like this. See, we can't receive like this. We have to receive fully open armed. The way that you get to the this is by having your vibration be at a very high space. How do we get our vibrations here? I tell my clients all the time, you have one job. One job. What is that one job? It's to be happy. It's to be happy as much as you can. Let me tell you why. The universe responds to our emotions. The universe responds to what we are feeling. Yes, Think and Grow Rich is, don't get me wrong, I love that book. But they could have focused a little more on Feel and Grow Rich, because your thoughts are important, but your feelings is what creates a vibration. And vibrations are signals. Vibrations are the language that we use to speak to the universe, God. My belief is God created the universe as a genie for us. So when I say universe, I'm speaking of God, the universe, the alpha, the omega, the whole thing. But when we send out a vibration of being happy, we have fully opened up the channels for blessings and manifestation to come in. And so if your one job is to be happy as much as you can and to get the full potential of every experience, then you're not focused on the win or the loss. Because even when you focus on win or loss, you are putting out a vibration of lack. Let me tell you why. Because if you're focusing on winning, then you're focusing on the opposite of what if I lose? A loss is still resistance. And this is where people get the confusion of resistance. Resistance is not just, I don't want it, I'm resisting it. The biggest form of resistance is a resistance that most folks don't understand they're doing. It's, I want it so bad. What's taking so long? I want it so bad. That is a form of resistance. Let me tell you why. Because when you're telling the universe, God, through prayer, through word, through speaking, through your thoughts, through your emotions, I want it so bad, you're taking too long. What you're really saying is, it's not here. It's not here. So the resistance is, guess what? I lack. It's not here. I don't feel it. But listen here, folks. When you pray for something, as soon as you send out that prayer, it comes in spiritual form. So it's already present. Your job is to pray for it, stay happy. Pray for it, stay happy. Or ask for it, go happy. Ask for it, go happy. Why? Because once you speak it as a desire, it comes in spiritual form. It takes a little bit of time to manifest into physical form. Your job is to trust the process. The trusting of the process is, I'm excited, I'm happy, because I know that since I've asked, thou shalt receive. And if I understand and I have that faith and that belief, because we're convicted by our beliefs and we're blessed on the bigness of our belief. And the awesome thing is, you don't have to believe this big, you just have to believe and leave it alone. And so I say that to say, when I went on my journey, I came to all of what I just shared with you guys, and I came to a place called God's peace. My world opened up like it has never opened up. I gained this empowerment more than I already had, and this liberation. I came to knowledge of thyself. And the Bible says it best, I came to myself. And I was able to get in contact with the authenticity of who I am, which is the most beautiful thing you will ever meet. Who you are is the most beautiful object, thing, person you will ever come into contact with. And again, remember this. See, I can see into you a beautiful woman. I mean, past your, aesthetically, you're gorgeous, but your spirit, your energy, right? But your spirit and energy, it's illuminating, it's glowing, it's beautiful, it's compassionate, it's all those things. But you know why I see that in you? Because I see it in myself first. I feel that within me. I don't beat myself up when I make mistakes. I used to say, how could I? Why did I? Can I do it over? Give me a chance to atone. That's not the space to be in. Because again, if you want to go biblical, guilt is a sin. If you want to go spiritual law of attraction, you attract who you are despite who you think you are. So guilt is something that you are exhibiting within yourself. Guess what? The universe says, oh, guilty, we'll give you more of that. And you're going, no. The universe is going, yeah, because that's what you're communicating to us. And so I say, be easy on yourself. And I had to learn that. Live an unconditional world and an unconditional life with no limits. And I say that because the conditions is what gives us the feeling of guilt. Now, we're not saying go out there, obviously, and just, be a maniac, but we are saying to go with the unconditional space of, I'm here to get the best experience of my life every second that I have that opportunity. And every time you take a breath in and a breath out, that means that you are alive. That means that opportunity exists through every inhale and every exhale. And if you understand that and you really believe that, opportunity will come every time you breathe in and every time you breathe out. And so the point is, sometimes all you have to do is breathe. All you have to do is breathe. When your stomach's in a knot and you feel anxious, or you're going through a breakup, or you feel nervous because you're going to speak to a big crowd, or you're going to do an interview, breathe. It's energy. It's not you. There have been times where I'm going to go on the stage and I'm going to speak, and there's been thousands of people, and I'm either moderating or I'm hosting, or I'm just the keynote speaker of all these people. And I was doing well all morning. I arrived and my stomach, spirit comes in like, oh, you're nervous. You're this, you're going to mess up. And I tell spirit, guess what? That's not me. I'm not nervous. I'm going to kill it. I'm ready. And guess what? I'm going to go on that stage and I'm going to drag you with me so you can come scared. You can come afraid. You can come in anxiety. But we're going out there together and we're going to do this thing. And what happens, that's called sitting in the seat of self. And when you sit in the seat of self, all of a sudden you face that at which you are afraid of. And you do it anyways. And the fear goes, oh, she's too big for me. And we are all too big for fear. We are bigger than that. And I always say, remember the bigness of, for me, of my God, or for whoever else of your universe, or whatever that biggerness of you that's in you, because you can't get rid of what's in you. You're a thumbprint of whoever or whatever you believe created you. And so you're that big. You have to tap into using that bigness that you already have. And listen here, nothing is outside of you. Nothing is on you. It's all in you. And so wherever you go, you carry this spirit of empowerment, of grace, of mercy, of peace. You carry it with you. You just have to, I need you, peace. Tap in. I need you, grace. Abraham Hicks says it best. She says, tap in, tune in, and turn on. Tap in, tune in, and turn on. And I love when she says that. I just want to do the Holy Ghost when she says it, because I'm like, yeah, tap in, tune in, and turn on, because that's what it's about. So again, if we get into the space of wake up in the morning and say, okay, what am I supposed to do right now? Oh, I'm supposed to be happy. Okay, so let me think the thoughts that make me happy. And one question that I really love that people ask, because it's important. They say, okay, Dr. Bryant, you say stay plugged into source. How in the heck do I stay plugged into source? Okay, that's easier said than done. And how do I know when I'm not plugged into source? Genius question. First question is, how do you stay plugged into source? Whenever you are in alignment, you feel peace, you feel joy, and nothing has even happened, you're plugged into source. Whenever you are feeling nervous, anxious, negative thoughts, you have unplugged yourself from source. So how do you plug back into source? Take yourself, your process to a place of feel good. If it's a jog, if it's an audiobook, if it's a jazz song, a hip hop song, I don't care, musical. If it's a person you can call, text message you could read, it doesn't matter. Take yourself to the feel good. You jump back into plug into source, back into the vortex. That's how you plug back in, and stay there. Stay there. Don't ever leave, because that's where all your answers are. Or isn't that plugging? And lastly, really quick, source provides the resource. So you don't need to plug into resources. Y'all plug into the source. It gives you the resources. A lot of us are plugging into the resource, which is a condition, and we're freaking out when that resource takes a different form. It was never supposed to stay that to begin with. Yeah.
Well, I love that. And I think a lot of what you're saying can be super applicable to people right now in, the midst of the pandemic and everything going on. Because I don't know if I'm speaking for myself and for a lot of people out there, but plugging into the source, for a lot of people can seem impossible. I know a lot of people are facing losing their jobs and just so many, health issues and everything going on right now. Myself, I postponed my wedding twice. It was, it's like people are just facing things that they didn't really expect. So when life hits you with the unexpected, like 2020 has, what is your best piece of advice for somebody, to plug back into that when it seems impossible, when it seems like even reading your favorite book or the text message or everything that you talked about doesn't even seem like that would work? What would you tell people?
Yeah, that is a great question. That source being peace and happiness, liberation, it is a mindset. It's not a place. So you don't have to go to the book. You don't have to go to the text message. You don't have to go to the YouTube video. You have to go to self. And what I do love about what you asked, and let me say this, I have to say this disclaimer because I will be doing a disservice, and I'm very transparent. Is it easy? HELL, no. I don't want anyone to think that this work is a kumbaya experience when you first start, and even when you're in the maintenance stage. The reason why I do that is not to scare people away. It's because when you don't give people the real guts and you only give them the glory, that's when they believe they are not good enough. That's when they believe that they're failing at this stuff. You are not failing at this stuff. I've been doing this for 13 years, and I still have days where I have to plug in, girl, plug in, or I have to get into a space of by myself to recharge. And I have that self-talk, that affirmations of I talk to my spirit outside him and I say, listen, you get it together. You pull up your pants, pull down your skirt. We got to do this day. We have no choice but to do the day. Come on, work with me. Let's do this. Get up, get vibrant, do something, but get out of that funk. Right. And so I want people to know I've been doing live coaching. I wrote a book. I got all these amazing things that are absolutely, mind blowing for me, and they give me peace, but I still have my moments because I'm still human. So be gentle with yourself, but try to find, first of all, I always say, write a list of what feels good. And throughout everyone's homework on this live, everyone's homework, you have homework now from your coach, Dr. Bryant, is to every time something feels good for the next week. So today's Thursday, until next Thursday, every time something feels good, jot it down, even if it's in your phone as a note or somewhere. You're going to make a feel good list. So whenever you get to that space of unplugged or that distorted thinking, go to your list and say, what did I do last time that felt good? What conversations did I have that celebrated me? Who was I around that empowered me? Go there immediately. Do not let anything that doesn't feel good linger for too long. And too long is as soon as you feel it. Check out, check it, and go there.
I love that. And so these affirmations and these feel good lists and everything, that plays into manifestation, right?
Absolutely. Okay. Manifestation is when you are in alignment. Your 3-part house is in alignment. Your 3-part house is how you think, how you feel, and how you act. 3-part house, how you think, how you feel, how you act, has to be in alignment, your vertical alignment. And how do you know? It's because you will feel in harmony with yourself. That means that you're in the world and not of the world. The world is doing this and you're doing this. You're not doing this with the world. The world is doing this and you're doing this. Because there's a calmness there. Because you're plugged in. You're plugged in to source. Source is really you. Some people aren't ready for that. It's like source is you. You plug into source. And let me tell you what's amazing. This helped me out a lot. Source never unplugs from you. Source's only job is to stay plugged into you. Is to provide you an abundance of everything you can ever want. And it even gives you things you didn't know you wanted. So when you are not plugged into source, source is still plugged into you. You're just blocking that at which is always attempting to give you. So never feel like, oh, I'm unplugged, I'm alone, I can't find source. You can't lose source. Source is there just for you. It was created perfectly for you to give you abundance and to give you life and give it to you more abundantly. So all you say is, oh God, let me just either pull back my resistance, which is something I'm working on every day. Resistance is a work in itself. Or source is plugged into me. Hold on. Let me breathe. Let me just breathe until I feel the source come back in.
I love that. And so, when you were doing your hands and everything, is it like somewhat like being in control of your own orbit almost, right? Like you are in the center. And I know that you wrote a book, Mental Detox. So how would mental detox play into this?
Oh, so mental detox talks about all of this stuff, as far as self and explaining who you are and law of attraction, and that prayer is every thought and every word. Prayer is not just like this. And so we are always manifesting, and that we can't be disconnected from source, because source is our creator and we're a thumbprint of our source. And so all that stuff is what mental detox talks about. And that's my book that's currently out now. You can get it on Amazon, and just Google Mental Detox, Dr. Bryant. It comes up #1 on Google. My new book that has yet to release, it's releasing very soon. It's called the ABCs of Manifestation. I love mental detox because that was my firstborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
But the ABCs of Manifestation, it teaches you how to manifest.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, mental detox is the first thing of knowing who you are, learning how to meditate and getting in contact with that stuff so you can know what you want to manifest. The ABCs of Manifestation. I love this book so much because when I learned the blueprint on manifesting and I became a queen manifesto, I said, I got to give these principles to everybody, because this is the thing. Like I said, hurt people, heal people, heal people. Well, happy people want to give everybody the happy pill. And when you get to that space where you're like, I'm manifesting my dreams, my vision board is coming alive, like right before my eyes. This stuff is in physical form. You learn to trust the process, and you learn how to manifest. And so that book goes from A to Z on how to manifest, what belief is, how to believe, what it looks like. But what I love on top of all of that is it teaches you how to be unconditional with yourself, how to be gentle with your process, how not to get weary in well-doing, how as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you will get there. If you're in the line at the bank to see the teller, no matter how long the line is, if you never leave, you will be next at some point. That's how manifestation is. And to be gentle with that at which you are doing, because the process, all of our journeys have a different time frame as to when that process takes its form and when it doesn't. And it's very important for us to be really gentle with ourselves, because this is the thing. I know me, my prayer to God is always, be gentle with me, be gentle with me, be gentle with me. And one day God said, I can only be as gentle with you as you are with yourself. And I said, oh my God, you're right. I produce who I am in everything that I do. And so if you want life to be gentle with you, you got to be gentle with yourself. Stop throwing yourself away at the smallest things that go wrong. Stop beating yourself up because the first relationship didn't work, or the first job that was your dream job didn't work. Listen, you're always growing, and you might have outgrown that and not known you outgrown that. Let the universe, source, who's plugged into you to give you the best of what you deserve, let source do what it does best and bless you abundantly. And be open like this and not like this to all that is yours.
I love that. And, I think a lot of people fall into the trap, and, I've fallen into the trap that they think that manifestation is simply just speaking something into existence. But there's so much more that goes into it than that. And you've just covered a lot of it. And I'm excited to read your new book whenever that comes out. And, you also, it was mentioned a lot in the article that was just released on success.com. For those of you who haven't seen it, you can visit www.success.com/manifest-destiny. And you'll see Dr. Bryant's article. But could you give, a few little takeaways on the tips with honesty and beliefs and all of those key points that were mentioned in the article?
Absolutely. Well, let's start with honesty. That's a good one, a really good one. It's important to be very honest with yourself about a few things: where you are, where you're not, and where you want to be. Because there's power in acceptance. Really quick, I remember when I called off my engagement, and it was my second engagement. I was like, oh my God. See, I was going into that. Oh my God, I'm beating myself up. And I said, no, gentle. And I sat on my balcony and I said, let's be honest and let's fully accept where you are. You called off your second engagement. You are now a single woman. Your professional world is rocking and rolling. Your personal world has just slightly fell apart. And when I told myself, all of a sudden these emotions of like, were like, oh, okay, that's where we are. Okay. And then I said, okay, so, and I just want to be okay in the moment. I didn't even want a new man. I didn't even say I just want to be married. I just said, I just want to be okay in all of this. And I have found through my clients and people over the years, we all really want to be okay in whatever we're in. That's what we just want to know. Are we going to be okay? Are we going to be okay? I'm breaking, but will it be okay? It will be okay. That honesty part. And then accepting, once you have been very honest about where you are and where you want to be, it lets you know that you're not really breaking apart. Your broken pieces are turning into peace when you accept that at what is really going on. And then the belief part is believing and knowing, and this comes through the meditation and doing the work. You know what? Whatever goes on, I always land on my feet. And so odds are 10 times out of 10, I'm going to be okay. And number two is believing and knowing, like, you know, like you, belief is not, belief is I know, like I know, like I know. And I'm going to say this, and people always get it. You have to be arrogant in your belief, not arrogant with people, arrogant in your belief. You have to be arrogant on steroids in believing what you believe about yourself and what you believe will come. I'll be okay. I don't know how soon, but I will be okay. And I'm going to take it one day at a time. And I'm going to do my one job, which is to be happy and stay plugged in. Even when it feels gruesome and hard, I'm going to search for that feel good space and stay plugged in. And so again, you're convicted by your beliefs. So if you believe that you'll be okay, you really will. And if you believe that you won't, then you will at some point. But the belief of that you won't is just, it just drains out the process. Because remember, source is going to take care of you no matter what you do. But it just will make it longer if you don't jump on board with source. And source is always moving forward. Remember that. It's moving forward at a fast pace. So what happens sometimes when we feel out of alignment, it's because source is already over there, feeling good, over it, found a new person, a new job, a new feel good, and we're over here going, what? And this is why being honest about where you are allows you to accept it and jump on board with source, which is already moving forward on that forward train. So those things are really important. And then the last thing is to really trust the process. And trusting the process doesn't mean that you check the seed you planted every day, water, and go, hey, have you grown? Okay, I see some, you know. Trusting the process means you plant the seed, you water it, and you back off of it. And you surrender to the process. You know, trying hard is a resistance. I trust the process. I planted my seed, I asked, and I can't wait to experience in physical form. Those are affirmations. I planted the seed. I'm so excited because I know since I planted it, it can only come in physical form. And when I wake up, it could be here. Right. Oh my God, in 2 hours, it could be here. I could walk out the door and be at the grocery store. Boom, physical form could be there. So now you're excited about all of the stuff you've asked for just coming whenever it comes. Yeah. And that's the beauty of shifting your perception to being excited about uncertainty. People are so worried about the uncertainty. The uncertainty is exciting when you plant all these good seeds, because at any point in time, the uncertainty is that all these blessings are coming all day long. They're just coming all day. They're falling and coming all day long. And the last things, I know we may be coming into our time, but it's not enough to think it. Guys, you have to embody that at what you want. If it's marriage, you have to feel what it feels like to be that hubby, to be that wife, to be walking down the aisle or standing at the altar. Feel it. Don't just think it. Get into your own space and feel it until tears of joy run down your eyes. Feel how it feels to really drive that car and really be in that space of like, oh my God, I'm in my dream car. This is because it works. I've done it with many things, and we don't have enough time to tell those stories, but I've done it many times where I felt it, where I'm in tears, and that contract has came into my email. And or that check of investment, I'm going, there's no way my client wrote me a check for this amount. And I really just went into meditation on my treadmill while I'm running miles, working out. I'm feeling me having this amount to invest in what I want to invest in. And I had to tell my client, Miss Willard's her name, Miss Willard, rest in peace. I said, you wrote the wrong amount. And because she was in her 90s, I thought, there's no way she knows she wrote this amount. And she goes, no, I didn't. I said, Miss Willard, I'm sorry you did. And she goes, don't argue with me. Don't argue. And I go, I'm just, you know, and so long story short, I just sat there and cried. And I said, I'm so sorry for crying. I feel unprofessional. She goes, no, your crying shows that you're grateful and you're human. You take this and you do something. You deserve it. And I'm going, was she on the treadmill with me, like in my mind? No, but the universe used her as a vessel to bless me. Source, God used her to bless me. And all I had to do was say thank you. Say thank you. And of course I was like, well, not until this check cashes. But there goes that belief, right? And you have to go in that space. Again, listen, guys, please just do your homework, make your happy list, do your one job every day, be freaking happy, and do whatever you need to do to be happy by living a unconditional life. And because then you can give people that unconditional space and world to be who they are. And then make sure that you plant your seed, believe it's coming. And guess what? No matter what happens, I promise you, even if it feels funky and ugly, you will be okay. You think about the things that happened 10 years ago that you were going crazy over. You're past it. You barely think of it. So know this, I promise you, you will be okay. I don't know the time frame, and your blessing will come. I don't know when, and I don't know who the deliverer is. And also stop trying to be picky about who delivers. That's not your business. Your business is to have a desire. God, source, universe, business is to deliver. And those are promises that would never go void, that would never not be delivered. Get yourself into that high vibrational space. And one more thing, I tell my clients, if you can't go high, go neutral, but don't go low. There's sharks down there. If you can't go high, go neutral. And what neutral looks like is just sit and breathe and don't do anything, because what happens is that stuff passes and you can go high again, but don't go low. Neutral or high, no low. And low is reverse.
Start down there.
Start down there. Don't look down. Look up. Look forward.
I love that. Well, Cheyenne, there's so much power in everything that you've said. And I think that our audience is going to learn a lot from you. They already have today. And I'm really excited for them to read your article and all of the amazing, exciting, powerful content that you'll give in the future, and the great lessons that you'll teach. So before we wrap up our time, is there anything else that you want to say to everybody?
I just, if no one's told you today that you are absolutely amazing, that source is plugged into you and it's pumping in empowerment and blessing and favor. And no matter what you do, you're going to receive that. And that's just what it is. And keep yourself in that happy space and stay plugged in. And when you feel like you're unplugged in, I've said it before, but I'm going to keep saying it, be gentle and just find that plug-in again. And that plug-in is just your happy space. Just go where it feels good. Go where you're celebrated and produce in you what you want to produce in your world, because we are only experiencing ourselves over. And I'm experiencing myself with you on this interview. You just happen to have a different aesthetic carnal container, but you're really just me. We're so interconnected. And so if I want to experience you in a way that's beautiful, then I have to produce that in this space. And that's exactly what we all should be doing all the time. And I see our messages. I love you, Dr. Bryant. I love you back. I love you all as well. I seen your questions. I hope that I was able to answer them. For anyone who has some questions, because I am now a part of the Success family, and I'll be providing different videos and different information. I want you guys to email me if you are okay with that, providing my email so they can submit questions. I would love to be able to provide them on the IG or through a video series. It's contactdrbryant@gmail.com. contactdrbryant@gmail.com. And feel free to flood my DMs at _Dr. Bryant, flood my DMs. And I will make sure that I get with my Success family, and I'm able to provide as much information on how to manifest and how to live this human right of a good quality of life for all of y'all. So I love you all. I see all the love in the hearts. Love you too. Love you too.
All right. Well, thank you so much for everything today. We have a video that you provided us with that's going live on our Instagram a little bit later. So we'll tag you in that. And then I want to make sure that everybody knows it's coming out so they can watch. And remember that you can read her article on success.com/manifest-destiny.
And one last thing that's super cool. Sorry, one last thing. Misty Copeland's on the cover.
Yes.
And guess
It's
what?
amazing.
Guess what? Misty Copeland and I are both from San Pedro. We're both little girls out of a small town. And I have the honor of providing her with an acknowledgement from the NAACP when we gave her her own corner in San Pedro. And so we have history, we have a relationship. And when I seen her, I said, look at the universe. Look at the alignment of her on the cover and then me inside. So I just had to say that because I love Misty. She's
I love that.
amazing.
Her,
Yes.
I mean, she has, we did an interview with her live last week too, and she has a podcast episode out right now on success, and she was just awesome. So it's great to hear that, you know, you have experience with her and great experience with that, like, too. This issue has been a really, really great one. If you haven't got the chance to read it, you can visit the link in our bio and find the link to subscribe to our magazine. Again, Cheyenne, thank you so much for going live with us and for really going out of your way to introduce yourself and your teachings to our audience. I'm so, so excited for everybody to get to know you.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm excited. So let's keep blessing people and teaching them how to live this wonderful life. And your wedding, congratulations.
Thank you.
I know it's
Whenever it
tough.
happens.
I know you were very emotional about it because I read up on some of your stuff too, but everything happens in perfect time. And so I'm excited for you because love is one of the most amazing things and you got it. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, Cheyenne. I'm going to write that down in my new list of things that made me happy today.
See?
So.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
All
right.
And we'll talk to you soon, and we'll tag you in our video shortly.
You got it. Bye.
All right. Bye.